What's going on, everybody? Chase with iDub Hockey, joined today with Dan Rich, Product Development Manager for Sherwood Hockey. We have the very exciting Code TMP line in front of us.
We do.
I can't wait to jump into the tech and spec. Let's talk about the Code player, more importantly, the Flex profile you built Code for.
So the TMP family introduces that hybrid kick point. We've been so successful with our Wrecker family and the RE1 with the low kick profile. There is a need for that secondary option, the player who distributes the puck, the player who plays off the wing and moves it to the scoring areas, the playmaker, if you will. And that's where that hybrid kick point, it gives you the best of both worlds. Still able to finish down low, but gives you some added velocity when you are the distributor of the puck coming off the half wall and want to get the puck to the net.
And that's a big change that we see this year in the TMP line, especially with that EVT taper. So walk me through, the whole design philosophy there and how that's going to benefit the Code player.
We spent a lot of time, Chase, looking at the performance of our Code 5, the predecessor, and looked at what that kick point did for us. And we looked at, on slow motion capture video, we broke a lot of sticks on purpose to see where the stress points were and where we were able to generate more velocity. And simply by adjusting the taper and changing the layup of the carbon fiber layers, we were able to move the kick point slightly and adjust the shape of the taper to maximize the velocity we can generate with this stick.
So compared to the Code 5 previously, if I was a dedicated Code 5 user, what am I going to notice out here shooting?
Well, you're going to notice two things right off the bat. One, the blade has a considerably different feel, and we'll talk about the I-92 additive that we put in our blade in the reception area, heel and toe. And you're also going to notice that when you go to a hybrid kick point and you've got that lever that is stiffer, if we will, at the bottom portion of the stick, you need your blade to help do some work for you. They have to work in conjunction. Where a low kick, you'll need a stiff lower portion longitudinally in that blade. With a hybrid kick, you need a little bit of flexion in the blade to help create that engine. So you've got a long bending arm and then a blade that gives you a little more snap. So they are very much opposed to what Wrecker is. So you'll find that this has a little bit more snap to the blade to it, and it's actually a much damper blade than what the Code 5 was.
So let's hop into materials here, and starting off, with just, it still feels so lightweight and balanced, but it does have that hybrid kick point compared to Wrecker, which obviously those low kick sticks are going to be a little bit lighter with less material. But let's talk about the really unique materials you're using in this TMP Pro.
We've partnered with Mitsubishi. We wanted to make sure we were sourcing the top carbon fiber available in the marketplace. By partnering with Mitsubishi and using a material they call pyrofill carbon fiber and going with a 25K weave as our top layer, we're actually putting what we feel is the highest quality possible in our sticks, eliminating any inconsistencies throughout the weave and throughout the layup, and actually also helping with our durability.
And let's talk about how you use those materials during the construction process that has allowed the stick to still remain so lightweight with a powerful kick point.
At the end of the day, balance and your X and Y ratio are the key. So not only does the stick flex along the sidewalls in that X, but it flexes up and down too along the spines. And if you've got a stick that flexes at an 85 flex as an example, and yet you are too stiff in that Y ratio, ultimately the performance will not happen. Your stick's not able to generate any velocity for you. So you need a very nice balance between the X and the Y ratio, because no one shoots straight off of the sidewall of the stick. You're loading at an angle, a 30-degree angle in some cases. Therefore, you need flexion both up and down, as well as front and back. So that XY ratio gives us our balance point, if you will, and our flex points. Really for us, the balance of the weight in the blade and in the shaft are what allows the performance of the stick, or gives you that new stick pop. And if you've got too heavy a blade and a light shaft, you're not going to have any real feel. If you've got too light a blade, you actually run that same risk and you run into durability cases. So for us, we had a really nice balance, and in the TMP Pro and the TMP 1, our balance point is Featherlight XT, which would be the most balanced stick in our family. And as you move up in price point, or down in price point, if you will, then obviously you go to a slightly heavier blade, a little bit more fiberglass content, and that balance point changes accordingly as well.
So we've talked a lot about feel as far as the Featherlight XT goes, but out here, stick handling, shooting, catching passes, there's a big difference in feel, and it has to do with that I-92 material. So very exciting, and really, partnering with that hybrid kick point philosophy. So walk me through what that is and what a player can expect.
So a blade obviously is made with a number of different layers in the carbon fiber layup, and you'll see that large checkerboard Blackline 25 with peel ply, a textured grip, if you will, on it. And those all help puck control and help actually keep our weight under control in the construction of the blade. But what we've done is introduce the I-92 in the inner layer of the blade, in the reception area where the puck comes on and off. As well, in the Pro and in the One, we've actually lined the top around the tip of the blade and in through the heel. Everyone who knows, if you take a lot of face-offs or go into board battles a lot, your stick takes a beating along the toe and in the heel. And that I-92 helps create some durability, but also adds to the reception, or that feel, if you will, that softer feel as the puck comes on or leaves.
So two other very exciting introductions to this Code TMP line is the new curve additions, as well as our name bar system here too. So let's talk about the curves and then also lead into the name bar.
So obviously curves, we know there's a trend in the industry, players looking towards max height, looking for some additional material in the blade, whether that is to do with players who love to play at the front of the net and tip pucks looking for deflections, or if it's rough ice trying to actually keep control. And these are the reasons why max height blades have really come back to the fore amongst pro players. And they can certainly benefit the amateur player as well. So we've introduced a new pattern for Sherwood with the P90MX, giving us the best of both worlds, a little bit of a toe curve, but a larger reception area, and obviously max height. And then we've introduced some max height in our PP28, our traditional, and our PP92 available in max as well. So giving you realistically the patterns that, you know, we're in this old iconic rink in Montreal in a brand that established in 1949. There are some patterns that have been around almost that long. We didn't want to go away from that, but we still wanted to speak to modern day technologies and trends. So we've taken some of our traditional patterns and we've maxed them a little bit to give you additional material.
And what's so cool about, you know, that the tradition of hockey, especially at the pro level, is seeing your last name and your number on your twig. So walk me through just, you know, what inspired this.
So we wanted to go to a name bar. You know, a lot of stick companies are focusing on big, bold graphics throughout. And we wanted to create a clear and visible spot on the name bar to customize and give you an opportunity to put your name up in lights, if you will. So it's just making it clear, easy to identify, and giving the option to customize your stick.
Now the TMP Pro, fully loaded, all the bells and whistles, but this TMP One is absolutely no slouch, built for elite level hockey, maybe for someone who's on a little bit more of a budget than say the TMP Pro. So obviously a lot of trickle down technology, but walk me through a couple key things that really make this shine.
Absolutely. I know that you mentioned the price conscious component, but at the end of the day, this is an elite level product that is used at the National Hockey League level. Keep in mind, we love the fact that we're selling sticks under 400 grams and the general consumer loves having a super lightweight product. At the elite level, the pro level, the team level, whether it's NCAA or junior hockey, they're using sticks that are in that 410, 420 gram level. And that's exactly what this is a team performance stick. So it has all of the features and benefits that you had in the TMP Pro, and we've simply done it in a more robust construction. So it has your I-92 in the blade, in the toe, and in the heel. It has Blackline 25, it has Pyrofill, it has that energized velocity taper, it has the same textured grip, everything that you had in the Pro, but in a more robust bodybuilder kind of way.
Right, and it could be a good choice for maybe that defensive player looking for a little more meat on their stick, to have a little more defensive tool to play with, but also need that performance of the EVT hybrid kick point.
Without question, absolutely.
So now as we move on to the player that's just got into competitive level hockey or really looking for a high performance stick and maybe that mid price point, you're looking at the 2 and the 3 here. Let's start off with the 2 and what really gives us just such a great option for those players.
Well, what we wanted to do with the 2 is still be able to call on some of the features and benefits that we did at the elite level in the Pro and the 1. So keeping Blackline 25 in the blade was very important. Keeping I-92 in the blade also is important. We only offer it in the reception area of the blade, so not in the toe and in the heel. Again, let's keep costs under control. And then we went to actually our Blackline 6 weave through the shaft. So the shaft would be slightly heavier, slightly more robust than what you had in the top level, but you're still getting the same hybrid kick point. You're still using Pyrofill carbon fiber, and again, you have the benefit of the Blackline 25 and the peel ply in the blade. So this again is that affordable performance stick. It has the bells and whistles required and can give you all the performance that you're getting from the top end, but at a price point that's much more suitable.
Yeah, the full carbon construction, all of the hybrid kick point features. It's really incredible the amount of value that's offered at the 2, but even the 3 here too. It's really incredible for that maybe a little more, beer leaguer or that new to competitive level hockey. This is probably going to be a good choice for them. So walk me through a couple good features that we find here.
The thing to remember is that this still is a hybrid kick point stick and still features that energized velocity taper. So everything that we engineered into the TMP family is available here in the 3. We went away from the Blackline 25 and went to our Blackline 6 weave. So you'll notice that the weave on the blade appears different and the weave throughout the rest of the shaft appears different than the top end. Again, to try and be affordable yet still durable. This also, you'll notice the graphics changed slightly. So the call out here is still with pyrofill carbon fiber, a different weave, and still with that energized velocity taper. So this is still giving you performance at the smart value price.
And even compared to that level of price point sticks maybe 4 or 5 years ago, this absolutely blows it out of the water. So it's obviously a great time to get into some competitive hockey. But if you're looking to just get into hockey at all, you're likely looking down at the 4 here. So, this is a budget conscious player and who still wants some of the awesome features that we see from the Code family. What stands out here to you?
This for us is the price fighter, if you will, but it's actually got max durability, a stick that still has some performance characteristics from a shooter's perspective. And it's the symmetrical graphics to it. These are things that we're doing to try and keep cost in control. Hockey's a very expensive sport. Everyone knows that, every parent knows this. So to try and be able to deliver a performance level product that still is smart looking, follows the line of what you'll see in the National Hockey League, but has some performance characteristics and is durable, is where the TMP 4 comes from.
Fantastic, Dan. Well, thank you for having us out here and walking us through this very exciting code line.
Chase, it's absolutely my pleasure. Thanks again.
Till next year, if you want to check out more of these Code TMP sticks, make sure you head over to icewarehouse.com.